What's up, guys? In today's video, I want to discuss how becoming a commercial loan officer could be a great side hustle for anyone looking to make extra money in 2024. Now, for most of us, there's a very specific goal in mind, which is number one, when diving into something new. Now, in today's video, the goal is to make more money by funding commercial loan. However, in most cases, when we lack the experience to do the thing that we want, we tend to create myths around what it might play out to be. And that's number two. Now, in this example, the myth is that most people believe that you may need a finance license to become a commercial loan officer, which is completely not true. We're often held back by doing the things that we want to do because of our own fears and insecurities, which is actually number 3 on our list. Now, in this example, when people consider becoming a commercial loan officer and they have no experience in the lending space, they undoubtedly are very afraid of failure due to their lack of experience, which is very understandable. However, when we finally build up the courage to do the thing, or in this example, to maybe become a commercial loan officer, we're faced with frustration, which is number 4 on our list. And the frustrating task of how to transact and make more money in this new career. Who's going to teach us this skill set? Ultimately, only if we stick around long enough do we figure out a viable solution, number 5. And now in this example, it's how to make money by originating commercial loans. Now, I'm ready to get started, but first things first, I recently realized that over 90% of you, my viewers, are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you're one of those anonymous viewers, please take a moment and like and subscribe the video. I would be very grateful for your support and help to grow the channel. Now with that, let's dive right into it. When we search side hustles on YouTube, the name Josh Mayo is always near the top of the list. And the reason is because Josh is actually the king of creative passive income ideas. Typically, they revolve around tech and AI. And Josh has amazing filming and editing skills, something that he's mastered over the years. And to my point that great things take time to perfect. I actually tested a few of Josh's methods over the past 2 years, mostly for the sake of my own curiosity. And the conclusion has been that to create great things takes a lot longer than what it may actually appear to be on the surface. Now, as a tech enthusiast, I created a faceless YouTube channel last year after watching one of Josh's videos about making affiliate commissions. The idea was simple. Just create a top 5 video using AI scripting and post it with a catchy thumbnail. Then you include an Amazon affiliate links of the product in the description of the video. The concept worked, but it did require a ton of effort, and the monetary compensation that I received from Amazon was basically 3 to 4%, which is super nominal. After posting approximately 20 videos, cutting about 100 shorts using Opus.pro, the new channel called The Review Squads made a whopping $200 through Amazon affiliate commissions. My conclusion is that there's a million ways to make money online, but at the end of the day, they all require your time. And time is best spent where you get the most output, which is your leverage. YouTuber Alex Hormozi once said, jumping into a side hustle blindly is like starting a story from the middle. You're reacting to the Instagram reel before watching the long form video. Now, Alex likes to reference the work that needs to get done to the training scenes from the Rocky Balboa trilogy for an entrepreneur to see real success, only because it's really not easy. Another popular YouTuber is Ali Abdaal, and he's an Oxford graduate, and he picked YouTube over being a doctor in the UK. Ali runs the part-time YouTuber Academy, and he's also a big advocate of using your unfair advantage to monetize your skill. My unfair advantage is lending, and in this video, I want to share with you why becoming a commercial loan officer in 2024, in my opinion, is the ultimate side hustle. Now, are you ready to get started? Let's get to it. Many people rushed into lending between 2019 and 2022. Only because rates hovered in the 2s and 3s, and these people were not loan officers. They were simply looking for a quick buck. And then as soon as rates started to go up in 2022, these people were quickly out of a job. And this is exactly why I have an issue with side hustles. It's because the frame of the idea is quick cash versus a long-term career. Don't get me wrong, I have no issue with side hustles to make more money. But my framework of a side hustle is something that you want to learn more about for the purpose of not making a quick buck, but rather something that you want to transition to into the future. Now, I don't believe that there's anything out there that's going to hand you money for not putting in the work. So if you're going to put in the work, make sure to do it into something that you would like to do long term or even turn into a career. That's my framework. Let's talk about commercial lending for a minute. And that's number 1. It's got to spark your interest. When you go on your first date, you must find your companion attractive and interesting to want to go on a second date. Well, it's kind of like the same thing. If you find zero interest in lending and your only objective is to make more money, I personally don't think it's the right fit for you. There's gotta be an interest of sorts in the topic of commercial finance for you to even want to keep going. And I only say this because I know what's required to take this skill to the next level. And if you have no interest other than making money, and that's associated with the skill, then I would highly recommend just pursuing your real interest versus a monetary compensation. Now, assuming you have no real passion of sorts and you just want to make more money, then simply learning more about commercial lending will help you determine your level of interest. When I started in lending, I was a residential lender and I knew nothing about commercial lending. And luckily at the time, my goal wasn't to make more money simply because I worked at a company. It was just another task that I needed to learn, part of my job. However, as I transitioned to open my own company, Loanbrook, commercial lending became a very big part of what would become my new income stream. So there's a reason why some people make more money at their jobs than other people while still having the exact same 24 hours in the day, and it's called leverage. We all trade our time for money, no matter the task. You might not be a wage earner employee, you might be self-employed, and you might be selling e-products online. My point is that it's not necessarily a paid per hour type of a compensation, because if you divide your taxable income by 365 days, that's what your time is worth every single day. And when I see wealthy individuals, I gauge their income against my time, meaning that if I know that they make twice the income that I make, it means that they have twice more time, free time, to spend with their loved ones, their family, and whatever it is they love doing. And then in my opinion, that's the real price that's paid for not making more money. Going back to lending, first goal, make more money. This can be done in two ways. First step, outside the conventional market as a residential loan broker, you can cater to luxury high-end home buyers. This is something within my wheelhouse of lending, and let me tell you that it's a really big headache. This crowd of people, they're very knowledgeable and they're very sophisticated, and they shop their loan all over town, and typically their banks will give them a massive incentive just to earn the lending relationship. It's almost impossible for loan brokers to compete with the jumbo products of institutional banks because these loans are not sold to Fannie and Freddie Mac on the secondary market. They're funded as a portfolio deal, meaning that the bank actually uses the depository's money and they keep these loans on the books. So what's the alternative? It's simple. Step outside the norm of residential lending and become a commercial loan expert, like myself. The loan amounts are much larger than residential transaction, and therefore there's a much bigger opportunity to make more money. This is how you must position yourself if you want to spend the same amount of time doing something that's simply going to make you more money. Again, same 24 hours, doing an activity or a similar activity that's simply going to yield you more profit. That is the train of thought. Let's talk about the common myth, which is number 2, that you need a finance degree to get started, or that big banks offer commercial loans and that loan officers are not necessary or make significant money. I also heard people say that marketing is super expensive and that you need a very large budget to get started as a commercial loan officer, all of which are completely not true, and I want to break this down for you. In California, you need nothing more than to be licensed by the Department of Real Estate with an active real estate license under a licensed broker shop to originate commercial loans. And while big banks do offer commercial loans, they're not the only source of capital. And as a matter of fact, while rates were climbing throughout 2023, there was significantly more private capital funding commercial deals than institutional money. This means that loan brokers were in very high demand funding commercial loans while the economy was slowing down and interest rates were going up. So the average loan broker commission was typically 1 to 2%, which equals $10,000 to $20,000. So it's fair to say that the active commercial loan officer was making significant money. Now, as someone who's been both the transactional side of lending and aggressively when it comes to the marketing side, I can tell you that although posting marketing content on social platforms is free and it doesn't require an initial investment of any kind, assuming you simply have a laptop and a phone, most people simply don't do it. There's no limitation to the amount of marketing that you could put out nowadays, but it does require effort. And ironically, that paycheck is not going to land on your lap. It does require you to treat this career choice or side hustle, whatever you want it to be, as a real business. I wanted to address the associated fears and insecurities, which is number 3 on our list, associated with becoming a commercial lender. It's normal to be undoubtedly afraid of failure when you lack experience, but the best way that I found to get over this fear is through knowledge and experience. And in the beginning, I was a deer in headlights. I remember sitting there taking notes while trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I learned a lot from sitting with the commercial loan processor and watching him work, listening to his phone conversations, and then ultimately by doing a lot of trial and error. Now, the good news for you is that I took 10 years of knowledge, I packaged it into a very clear and friendly course called Part-Time Commercial Lender Academy, which can be accessed via link in the description below. I was at step 1 10 years ago in 2014. I remember clearly how I felt and the steps that I took to take a transaction from start to finish. However, in addition to an easy to follow roadmap, I included links to all the documents needed along the way. It's a real treasure chest of information that should actually be named the Six-Figure Commercial Lender Academy, because if you apply it correctly, it should deliver just that. Now, next on our list is frustration. That's number 4. You took the first step and you got a real estate license, but you're investing your time in something new and you feel that it's difficult to get clients and you have lack of support from lenders. It's lengthy approval to get a loan commitment, and that it make your income choppy or inconsistent. There's limited access and resources, lack of training, and you're just not sure that you even understand the whole thing or how it works. So let's take a step back for a moment and examine your current career. Perhaps this could shed a little bit of light on how your commercial lending journey is going to unfold, because if you work on a traditional job right now of any kind, likely you paid to go to school and to receive training that you needed, or perhaps you got training on the job. Either way, there was somebody there to show you the ropes. And likely, you didn't become an expert overnight or on your first day on the job. I'm sure that it took you some time to get situated, and I would bet that you made many mistakes along the way before you actually felt confident. So personally, I believe in securing a mentor to show me personally how to get from point A to point B a lot quicker. And then for me, that mentor was the commercial loan processor who for 2 years showed me everything I needed to know to succeed as a commercial loan officer. I took the liberty to cover within 15 modules a roadmap that will help you feel secure and give you the support and resources that you need to thrive as a commercial loan officer. And as a matter of fact, I decided to take it a step further. If you get involved in the Part-Time Commercial Lender Academy and you want to get me involved in your first few deals just to feel more comfortable, then this option is available to you as well. As a matter of fact, in commercial lending, both companies could be written into the term sheet, meaning that whether you work for me at Loanbrook or another company, we can both be compensated. So I got you covered. Here's a cherry on top. Are you ready? If you purchase the course and collaborate with me on any deal, I'll make sure to compensate you for whatever it is that you paid for the course from the top line of the commission earned. This way, you have zero out of pocket to earn a 6-figure career. Not bad, right? This brings us to number 5, the solutions. I just gave you the easy answer to how you can move forward in 2024 to harness a 6-figure career, and all you have to do is implement. I can give you the tools, but I can't make you do it. There's this new YouTuber that I started to follow recently, and her name is Nisha. She was an investment banker, and she says several people may have the same idea. However, only one of the few will implement and get the results that they all see. Ironically, the one who pulls the trigger on the idea isn't necessarily the smartest person in the room, but they're simply the one who acts. So that person will have the ultimate outcome, the one that they all want, not because they are the brightest, but because they are the proactive one. Which leads me to the conclusion of the video. If you're still watching this, it's time to act. And all this great information in the world is not going to get you to the next level. You must act, even if you don't think that you're the smartest person in the room. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how motivated you are to want to learn. So don't make the mistake of trying to figure it all out by yourself, because it's going to be time wasted. And then from my experience, taking advantage of a mentor has been the most profitable move of my career. With that, I appreciate you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to see more similar videos in the future, then please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and take care.